What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this new album from Swizz Beatz called Poison. Now, Swizz Beatz is a legend and an icon when it comes to producing. I mean, this is a guy who's been putting in work since the 90s and is also responsible for the rise of DMX and the Rough Riders. He's given us plenty of hits over the years, so I have the utmost respect for him. But when he did drop that one man band man back in 2007, that was one of his solo albums, I really didn't take much from that project at all. I actually forgot completely about it until I did this review because I went back and checked it out, and there wasn't really much with that one that I had to praise. So don't got to get into that one too much, but I was still excited to hear this project because Swizz Beatz is a guy who's known for being pretty consistent in my opinion. I mean, he does have some shit here and there that I don't like, but I would still put him up there as one of the greatest producers. Like, I'm not going to say he's like top 5, maybe not even top 10, but he's in the list somewheres there. I'd have to sort it out. You know what I'm saying, man. Swizz Beatz has been out here. But to jump right into this project, I gotta shout out the track Something Dirty / Pick Got Us, which I think is one of the clear standouts by far. You're getting Jadakiss and Styles P going back and forth with that chemistry that they're known for, and the production here kind of reminds me of that track they did together back in the day. I'm talking about the song We Gon' Make It, where you're getting all those crazy strings, so you are getting some similar sample-based production here that really fits their style. You're also going to notice that Kendrick Lamar is featured on this, but all he's doing is a hook. So if you were excited to hear him spit a verse with these two, you're not going to get that, which is a bit disappointing. But either way, he doesn't make or break the track with that hook. It could have been anybody. It could have not been on there at all. It's just kind of there. So didn't have too much to say about the Kendrick feature, but Styles and Jada went all the way in. You might also notice when you look at the track list that you're getting a couple solo tracks from Nas and Pusha T, and these were two of the other clear standouts to me. With the song Echo, this is Nas's solo, we get some great sample-based production that's very simple and minimalistic, so it lets the flow breathe as he's spitting on here, and he's just going into a lot of street narrative about some of the shit that goes on in the projects, some of the things he's witnessed and experienced, and all those sorts of things that Nas usually does rap about. I also think his flow and his vocal delivery, just everything on here sounds very crisp, and this track is better than fucking everything on NASIR. I know that album, when I reviewed that album, I took a lot of heat for it because I didn't think it was that great. But listen to this song, man. This is better than what was on that album, and if he could put out a project of this quality, then I would rate it much higher, man. That's all I was trying to say on that NASIR review. I'm not saying it's a trash album, but it's not Nas at his best, whereas this song really does sound like Nas at his best. I got to mention also, the only bad thing on this is you get a Swizz Beatz intro that you really didn't need. And that's the thing with this project. Swizz is going to pop up all over the place doing some hooks and ad-libs, and that shit can get kind of annoying quickly. He does it on a lot of other tracks that he's produced and when you see him featured. So as far as his hooks and verses and ad-libs, I didn't think Swizz was that great on his own project. But, I mean, he's known as a producer more than anything, so it is what it is. But to move forward, Pusha T comes through with a track called Cold Blooded. This is another one with some street narrative, and he's also hitting us up with that social commentary as well, which I do appreciate. He speaks on issues like growing up in the system, colorism, absent fathers, and those sorts of things. So both of these tracks here are more content-driven and straightforward. I like that they have some good content and concepts on them. So those are the ones that stuck out to me on this project. Those two, and also the Styles and Jada track. This one has some of that more traditional sounding production as well. It's another minimalistic sample-based beat, so these tracks are great. And the problem with a lot of these other tracks is that they aren't that great. They're just not overly memorable, and there's not much to say about them. So to run some of them down, you get Come Again, which is a pretty standard banger featuring Gigs. I liked it, didn't think it was great, wouldn't really go out of my way to come back to it, but it's alright. You get Preach, which does have some pretty cool bells on the production, but the Jim Jones feature isn't anything out of the ordinary. And even with the song Stunt featuring 2 Chainz, I was kind of disappointed with this. I think 2 Chainz is usually pretty good with his features. Like when you see him pop up in places, he comes through with some clever lines. He has a lot of fun on the tracks. But that track I could have done without. And the vocal chant chops on it were all right. There was a pretty cool beat to it, but overall still wasn't a great track. And since I did mention how Swizz really doesn't stand out much on his own project, I think the worst track has got to be SWIZZMONTANA, which isn't surprising because it's Swizz Beatz and French Montana. You just see that, you ain't going to be overly excited. I also think this beat is just jumbly and sloppy as fuck. This beat is basically the audio version of when you just cram a bunch of shit in the closet and you're pushing the door shut on some cartoon shit trying to hold it all in and you're just hoping it doesn't explode because there's too much going on. That's what this beat sounds like. And the only interesting thing really about it is how the hook on it actually borrows from Jay-Z's song La La La. And you're also getting a reference from French Montana to Snoop Dogg's song New York, New York, when he was kicking down all the buildings. So, you know, there's a couple spots here and there, but as a song, easily the worst one. And at the end of the day, I'm going to go with a 3 out of 5 here. There are a couple of great tracks, then you got all these other songs that are just decent. So I didn't think this was a great project or something that'll be an honorable mention, but it's all right for what it is. I'm also going to show some love to Pistol on my side. I think this one is decent because it's just that vintage Wheezy with no auto-croon, just going in with the bars over some solid production. You're getting some really nice piano work from Swizz on this beat. And on 25 Soldiers, you're hearing Young Thug with a more restrained style, man. His voice isn't overproduced, he's just spitting some bars. So I thought that was kind of a standout moment. Not so much in the sense that it's a great track, but it was an interesting thing at least. So 3 out of 5 feels fair to me. Pretty good project, nothing amazing, not trash. You guys check it out for yourself and then hit me up in the comments section with your thoughts. And of course, make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff where you show me love and you show me lots of it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.